Hi. Hi all. 1 second, please. We are charging the slides. Well, first of all, I want to say you that um, English is not my first language, so I ask for your forgiveness to me if I'm not able to speak some things really detailed, but I'm going to try to do my best. And probably some little parts I'm going to say that in Spanish. Like, un saludo a todos los chapas que están aquí escondidos entre gente tan decente. Okay, here we go. So I'm Daniel. I'm the head of growth for Latin America for Nimtech, nim.com. You can look that webpage. Later I'm going to share some links. So we are going to talk about, this is a little overview about the problem of the digital privacy that is broken, mostly related to metadata and surveillance, and how we solve it with the noise-generating mixed networks. And then we are going to talk about how to easy access to a mixednet, how it works, about censorship-resistant features, the new Ethereum payments, and announcing the new NIM RPC for Ethereum, and how to use the free NIM SDK. So, digital privacy is broken, and without privacy on the network, not only there, but not just the blockchain, every action online leaves a trace. End-to-end encryption is not enough. We have a huge problem there with the metadata leak. Later we are going to see why, but basically metadata talks everything they need to know about the origin, destination, time, length, and detectable patterns, and expose financial and consumer patterns, and personal relations, and all kind of personal data, even if they told, we are going to see that if they have enough metadata, they really don't need to decrypt the data of our communications. And this is a problem in all the protocols. It's not just a question of TCP/IP, but HTTP, UDP, FTP, all of them have the same problem. It's a design problem. And who can get that information from us? Like internet server providers, exchange, autonomous system, BGP routers, the whole internet backbone is able to access to your metadata, but also your Wi-Fi router, LAN, eavesdroppers, multiple national security agency programmers, undercover by Snowden, they are mostly focused on capturing metadata. And metadata harvesting and traffic pattern analysis are in full motion right now. And it's only right now. It's a problem that we have for more than last 10, 20 years all. Like Stewart Baker, the NSA former general counsel, said, you have enough metadata, you don't really need the real context. So how we are solving this hard problem on the network, combining the power of other decentralized networks and blockchains, using what we call a noise generation network. The noise generation mixed nets is over real. We have 700 mixed nodes, all of them administered by a community. They are not our servers that work today. So this is the 4 critical points of the mixed nets. Like the first one is that we inject cover traffic in the network. So what we are trying to do is avoiding the analysis of the patterns of the communication, because if they control the enter of the communication and see some patterns on the TCP/IP size of the packets, length, and timing, and they control the same point on the exit side, they are able to de-anonymize every people that is making communications. So the first thing is to inject cover traffic, which try to decoy packets, obfuscate the real traffic, make communication patterns automatically uniformative, and we made packet mixing. So we identically encrypted and equalized Sphinx packets. We modify the packets and put them inside a Sphinx with the same size packets. Then we made timing obfuscation. So we changed the timing of the packets. This makes the mixed nets, by definition, a little more slow than a normal TCP/IP communication, but even more if you change the timing of the packets, and you need to reconstruct that later, but with the timing obfuscation, the adversary is not able to see the order of your packets, and then we pass that through multi-hop routing, and each node in the path process only local forwarding instructions with no global knowledge of all the communication that you are doing there. So what we use to access this is NIM VPN, a tokenized decentralized network, a mixnet that is so easy to use as a normal VPN. There is one EPP that you can use in 5 platforms. You can use in Linux, Windows, Apple, Android, and you can get it also in F-Droid. And this is how the network works. You see, like you can see here, this is with NIM VPN in anonymous mode, with NIM VPN in fast mode, and a normal VPN, how this works. So if we start from the beginning, we realize that from your computer, your laptop, or your phone, all the packets can go inside things with the same sites, altering the timing of the packets and introducing fake packets on the communication, so they are totally anonymized and obfuscated packets. And then they go to the entry gateway, they jump on 3 different mix nodes, and then go to the exit gateway. All these servers, all these machines are part of the community. We have absolutely no control over the system. And then the end side, if it's connected also to the mixnet, is totally anonymized. So in fast mode is a way that we create with WebGuard to speed up the connection. So it's not anonymized packets, but at least the difference with a normal VPN, with this you are totally fucked. They can see absolutely all your communication. The VPN provider know more from you that you really know from yourself. But in this case, with the NIM VPN speedy mode, the first servers really knows who you are, but the second one does not know who you are. And the final provider also is not able to know your identification, and it cannot identify the origin. So this is a fast mode for the VPN. It's different from other VPNs because you have 2 servers that are totally administered by the community. So the company, NIM, is not absolutely able to understand what you are doing there. And it's the only one of the very few people or few companies that is able to do so. So we have a little comparison here between NIM and Tor in VPNs. As you can see in the 5 server mixnets, we have end-to-end encryption like Tor or like centralized VPNs, but NIM VPN, the 5 server mixnets, is the only one who protects about metadata. Not even Tor do that, even if we love really deeply Tor. And I have given hundreds of workshops about how to use Tor for a lot of social organizations during last 10 years. But the reality is that they have the same problem that all the others with the metadata leak problem. And for sure, another one beautiful thing of this is that the online activities cannot be linked to the payment. So NIM don't know absolutely nothing about their clients, about the people that is using the networks. They even don't know who pays for the system. And once you pay, NIM is not able to link the payment to the traffic or to the user. You buy a NIM VPN subscription and you get a zero knowledge credential, a proof of payment back. You can pay also with a credit card, NIM coin, con Ethereum, or even physically money, fiat. You can send the money by mail to the company and they are able to give you a subscription. But if you want to do that in an electronic way, you can use crypto or whatever. And then you receive an anonymous credential to access the network, but it's unlinkable your payment to your user and to the traffic that you are doing. So in case a court asks us about who is that user or who made that payment, we are unable technically to give that information. Now, from science, 3 days ago, we are also able to make Ethereum payments. So it was very easy to pay with Bitcoin or with credit card or with NIM tokens, but now Ethereum payment is available since 3-4 days ago. and it's a fantastic solution also. And now the other surprise that we are going to announce today is that this week we are going to liberate a new version of the software that includes a RPC private system to connect directly to your wallet. We are going to make a little demonstration here. So basically, well, this has been done by a collaborator that is, I think he's in this event also. The thing is that when you use the anonymous mode, a mixnet could be a slow experience for the users because it slows down a lot your communication, but then you can use the new RPC, for example, for protecting your wallets. And it's super easy. It's a new feature that you simply activate that in the NimVPN client, and then you are able to copy one URL and avoid using a RPC that could leak your identity. And all that while you are using the two jumps, the speedy way of the VPN, not the mixnet one. You could be using the two jumps connection, but then you can configure your browser or your wallet or whatever you need just to be absolutely protected in that traffic. Even you can use another browser, it's another use of case, that you can have your normal browser connected directly through the VPN with just 2 hops, but you can have another browser and using this SOC 5 system, you can directly have that browser connected to the mixnet. So you can speed up when you need it in the other browser and go more safe in the second one. Why we do this? Well, currently MetaMask centralizes RPC providers like Infura, sending RPC via the MetaMask leaks your metadata. So if you are trying to create a wallet and trying to be real anonymous, and then when you make the payment, when you make the transaction, this RPC problem is going to leak your information and they are going to discover who you are. With this solution, we try to avoid that also. Here is the NimVPN client, and you need to go to APP wallet. And well, from here, I can see really well the screen. But then you see here the SOC 5 connection. And then you can copy this URL and configure that in your wallet or in your browser or whatever you need. So at the moment you make that, instantly all your packages that are through that SOC 5 are going to go directly to the mixnet. And now a little video of how you do this in your NimVPN client. I don't know if this part is going to work because it's a video from YouTube and I'm not sure that the internet connection is going to allow it. Yeah. So the first step is enable the APP in the wallet. You go to wallet, as we said, you activate the option. And once it's activated, you attach your provider to the RPC, you copy the link, you go to your browser, you go to the provider, for example, Sepolia, you copy and you delete the last part and put the URL. In the future, this is not going to be needed. You will be able to copy directly the wall link. But by this moment, you are connected directly from your browser using this SOC 5 system. Yeah, and that's all. Okay, so also for builders, we have the NIM SDKs for Rust and JavaScript that is absolutely open. It's a free-to-use NIM SDK, and it integrates the mixnet functionality into APPs, free for developers. You can use several solutions depending on environment, native or browser-based application that have different restrictions. The Rust SDK is plug and play. It's a TCP proxy module, exposes local host sockets, constant connection, mixnet module, expose raw mixnet client, and soon we have a mixed socket and TCP sockets like interface. And the TypeScript SDK is the browsers are very restricted environment, limited option for external communication, web sockets, web transport, AP, WebRTC, can run inside any TypeScript, JavaScript app, most wallets, and no native code needs installing on the user machine. MixFetch is a plug-and-play replacement for browser fetch API. And the MixNet client is one client in web worker for embedding into browser web page. I'm finishing, don't worry. And that's all. So I really think that this is one of the very little or the only solution in the world that can solve the metadata leak problem, that anonymity does not exist while we have these kind of problems in the communication. Is a design problem. So it's by design that we have this huge hole in our communication system. And the only way to solve this is trying to hide in the metadata and anonymizing packets by obfuscating timing, introducing fake packets, and added several layers of encryption. You can access the NIM VPN downloading from that QR, and you have some contacts and social here if you want more information. From tomorrow, we are going to be at DevConnect. We have a booth in the privacy sector. So I really would like to see you there and have a chat and have a demo and make some connections and try to explain you. I didn't talk about the part of administering mixed nodes and how the reward system for the mixed node works, because there is a lot of economy there inside. If you set up a gateway or a mixed node in NIM, then you are mining privacy, so you can get tokens for helping people to protect their privacy and communications. And we can talk about all that tomorrow in the DevCon. Thank you very much.